So let's start off with the cool news, which is if you have not heard, I am competing in GP Explorer. I am going to be in an F4 car racing against other streamers in F4 cars. My teammate's going to be Michael Reeves. We are competing for the country of America. This is happening in September or October, I should say. It's going to be electric. Now, I posted about it because we have a sponsor for our car, the Crew Motorfest. The Crew is a game series, the Motorfest, sponsored our car. Shout out to them. And I posted about it online. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is because I read the top comment and it said, it's a bad day to be a wall at Le Mans, which is crazy to say. I feel like it's a crazy thing to say. I don't like the implications that are applied with that statement. I'm gonna be good, man. Why do you guys always sleep on me? I drive good drunk. Mario Kart, like pretend drunk, well, real drunk, and I drive good sober. I'm gonna do great. Yes. Damn, Michael finally hit his growth spurt. I'm excited for the content as someone who's gotten into F1 recently. He is the new Louis. Is it Louis or Lewis? Louis Verstappen. Isn't it? Who's Louis?
I bought milk today that expires the same day you do.
I don't expire. What do you mean by that? Or is that just Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen combined? Connor's visiting. Connor is coming to LA. Yeah! It's Connor week. Yes, sir. Connor's in town, boys. About every year, Connor comes to LA for about 2 weeks, usually right around Anime Expo, and he's back again. And the game plan for the agenda, we're probably going to eat the entire menu of some bullshit. That's going to happen. Connor wants to run back the Doug Challenge bar experience. He wants to run that back. So we might do that. And then we are doing League Week 2. We're doing League Week 2 as well. So a lot's planned. A lot's planned for whilst Connor is here. A lot is planned whilst Connor is here. Maybe that's in poor taste. No, okay. Look, a lot of people online have differing opinions. All right. And I think it's totally fine. I have differing opinions from other people. I express them all the time, sometimes confidently, sometimes wildly incorrectly. There were people online who were like, man, this is why you can't have drinking events in reference to Mango's behavior at Burial Kart. Bro, 24 people invited, 23 people got drunk, 23 people had a good time, 23 people were normal. I'm sorry. Maybe I am controversial for this. So alcohol is good? No, overall alcohol is probably just a bad thing. It's probably like a net negative for society, inarguably. But I like getting drunk sometimes and getting a little bit turned with my boy Connor. Does that make me a criminal? Should I be locked up for this? Should I be put behind bars? If you guys haven't seen the newest update, Mango tweeted out today, C9 dropping me. Probably getting banned from tournaments, from Smash tournaments. Fucking shit, man. No one to blame but myself, man. Never thought I could hit this low. Probably won't hear from me for a while. I'm sorry, everyone. Wish I was better. I had it all and fucking tossed it in the trash can. And then followed up with an official statement from Cloud9, which said, we are aware of the recent incident involving Mango. Fully acknowledge the concerns raised by our communities and partners. Following an internal evaluation, we've made the decision to release Mango from Cloud9. Regardless of tenure or accomplishments, the behavior demonstrated is completely unacceptable and directly conflicts with our organization's core values. Blah, 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 blah. I only say blah, 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 blah because it feels a bit corporate of a read. But yeah, Mango cut. And I guess possibly also getting banned from Melee tournaments. But it seems like a fun. I'm not gonna lie, I am surprised though. I am surprised he got dropped from C9 because they've stuck with him through, I guess not necessarily worse moments, but like other dark moments in like fuck ups in his life. Because he's been with them for a decade. He's been with them for, I think he's the longest tenured esports player on C9. Yeah, 11 years. 11 years. So that's crazy. That's crazy. You know, I don't talk about it sincerely too often. I obviously, like, you guys know this about me, but my dad had a serious problem with alcohol and his rock bottom was death. Candidly, that's what the rock bottom for him was, is he never got the better of it. It got the better of him. And his life was like, he was 40. He was 40s. I've talked to Mango in the past, like, I've asked him probably 4 times, 5 times point blank, are you an alcoholic? And every time he's like, no, I'm not. And has gone months without drinking. So like I've taken him at face value, but like clearly it's like a problem. And so this is his rock bottom. Hopefully it's his rock bottom and he bounces back. Cause actually, you know, he messaged me and we'll see, but he said maybe this will be a good thing in the long run, in the sense that maybe this is the wake up call to go fully sober in 3 years, be a better person than he would be if this had never happened and he kept drinking and never got in trouble.
Ronaldo needs help.
Ronaldo needs help. Dude, Ron fans are crazy. I'm dead ass talking about my dead father. And they're like, yo, Ron can't beat Mario Kart. That's crazy. Shut up all about your dad for a second. Sorry. It's just my streamer Ron can't beat Mario Kart. I don't think you're understanding. There's different stakes, right? Everyone has a dad. Ron has never beaten Mario Kart. But anyway, this is probably more severe than I expected the outcome to be for Mango. I don't know if I'm alone on that. I did not expect him. I thought maybe he might get dropped because candidly, like it also makes maybe economic sense for an esports team to cut a Smash player. So not to say that that was their intention at all, but you know, I'm sure there's some business aspect to it that they think about, but I'm a bit surprised by the Smash tournament ban, if that happens. But Mango's saying he'll probably get to ban from tourneys. I'm a bit surprised by that. Although, okay, real quick, and it is a more minor point. It is a more minor point to the broader thing here. Some people online, I think, are so disingenuous. There were some, because I see some tweets online and they allow no opportunity to actually like think and consider decisions. Because I'll give you an example. I was getting messages from people saying, why are you not talking about the Mango thing? Before I was awake. I'm sleeping. And they're like, why are you not talking about this? Bitch, because I'm sleeping. I did it hungover in the morning when I woke up. And I see the same thing happen with C9 and then the broader Melee community. And I'm going to say it, bro. They're LARPers, right? They're not actually Smash community members for the most part. They're people who aren't involved in the community saying like, how could this community not take action on this? And it's like, in every instance, taking time is a good thing. In every instance. But the issue is, and I'm not saying C9 did this, and I know I didn't do it. I made my decision off of talking to the people affected at my event. I didn't give a fuck, I promise you, at anyone online who barked. Anyone on my Reddit who posted, regardless how many updates you get, I don't give a shit about you. I made my decision talking to the people like Cutie, Maya, Emily, whoever, which is what you should do. But I do think sometimes like there's like this online pressure from people who are as invested as like watching a clip, tweeting, and then never participating in the community again. And then people make decisions based off of that backlash, which I think is dumb. I think that shit's dumb. And it happens all the time. It happens all the time. It is not exclusive to this event. It is so fake. It is so fake. It's called cancel culture. Yeah, I mean, maybe. I feel like cancel culture has a weird connotation. I really think it's just drama frogs. Because like, you know what? And obviously a way different situation. There was a LSF thread, right? Live stream fail. Obviously like dog shit community. But this clip got posted there, right? Of Ed taking the half gallon from Jason.
I'm still here.
He's still here.
My man streamer games. Chug. 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 Yeah. Oh my God! What the fuck?
There's no way you can do that.
Let's go! Yeah! I'm still in! I didn't encourage that.
Dude, I love when he says, I'm still Ed. I love that line. I'm still Ed. Ed didn't read the room. Ed did not consider Cutie would have to pay the cleanup costs. A crew would have to clean the mess up. And, you know, there was a lot he didn't consider in the moment. And that clip got posted and people watched that clip, formed an opinion. This guy's a piece of shit, doesn't consider anyone at all. Typical stream viewers, fucking loser, should probably stick to, you know, eating shit and dying, basically. But they don't see the moment because their entire opinions and lives come from clips and opinions they form and then they move on because they don't actually give a fuck. They don't care. They don't care about the movie theater employee. They don't give a shit. In the moment, that's what they think. But it's not like they're following up. Like, hey, it was a movie theater employee. Or they don't. It's all fake, right? It's just like, so they don't see the moment later where Ed comes up, tears in his eyes, clearly got caught up in the heat of the moment, excited to be on stream, not an opportunity he has a lot, not a position he's in a lot, obviously wasn't able to handle that. Tears in his eyes, apologizing to each and every person, you know? It broke my heart, I won't lie. It broke my heart seeing Ed come up crying and just saying, I'm so sorry for making a bit of a fool of himself, you know, and just sitting there with that weight. Like, that's sad, bro. That's sad, you know? And there's such a inability, I find sometimes, to be a person. It's so hard to be a person, because to be a person, you have to be fallible. You have to be vulnerable. You have to fuck up. You have to be weak. And sometimes, like, you can't, because if you fuck up, then that's like the only thing people see, the only opinion people have. So anyway, I rock with Ed. I don't condone what Ed did in that moment. I think that was pretty dumb of Ed. Okay, I don't think he should have poured a whole half gallon of milk over his face. I think he went overboard. But I'm rocking with Ed. Okay, because sometimes we are all a little bit Ed. Okay, we're all a little bit Ed in this world. Sometimes we edit up, and that's okay. That doesn't mean we need to pretend that we're never editing it up, that we're infallible and awesome, perfect people who have never embarrassed ourselves. So I've posted on Instagram, but Ed, I don't know if I ever heard from you. Ed, you are invited to Streamer Games. We are workshopping an Ed portion at Streamer Games. I'm thinking it's the milk mile. All right. We get all our competitors to run a milk mile. We'll figure it out. We'll see. I don't know if the track will let us do that, but we got to figure some shit out with Ed, bro. Ed, we're getting you back. We're getting you back, man. I don't like how the people online talk about you.